Hey, welcome to another album review, and today we actually have more ClownCore. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, which is a very small EP. Okay, technically speaking, every fucking ClownCore album is very short. We're talking about max 15 minutes, 20 minutes or something. So yeah, the last one that I reviewed was like 12 minutes. So it's ClownCore. You should already know that it's short, but yes, basically it's 4 songs. Each with a number. So you have song 1, you have song 2, you have song 3, and song 4. In true ClownCore fashion, it's a lot of the signature styles that they have that I once described as noise, but this sort of like electronic, noise, mostly drums, mostly synths that sound like they're completely broken and they're not fucking just completely corrupted or whatever, right? The thing is, and I was really impressed with that, was compared to the other 2 EPs, which were much more focused almost on the shit posting aspect of it. Here, it feels that it's much more musically coherent, right? Like all of the 4 songs definitely felt a lot more not catchy. That's not the word that I want to say, but it's like they felt good to listen to. You know what I mean? They were interesting to listen to. They had a vibe to them for sure, right? So they were definitely way better. And the best part about all of them is the song 1 and 2 were really good, right? They were pretty decent, I would say. They definitely are super short. They're like a minute long, I think, something along those lines. A minute and a half. They're very short. They're just very fast-paced, short bursts of very fast-paced drumming and whatnot, and overall it's there's a point, I think it's in the second song, they have sort of it's the beginning of the second song, if I'm not mistaken. You have just more regular electronic sounds that kind of make it sound like a sort of I'm gonna call them clown sounds, because if you hear them, you definitely know what I'm talking about. And overall very nice songs. Now what I wasn't expecting was the third song, or song 3. Basically, look, ClownCore never did this before to me, right? This is the third album that I'm listening from them, and I was like, oh, what am I listening to? And what I was listening to was this beautiful, ambient track, right? Very just, I don't even know, it's very hard to describe, because it's sort of using the synths that they usually use, but it makes it sound very peaceful, very beautiful. Midway through the song, you do have a short burst of very fast drumming, right? But that doesn't really take away from the song, I would say, right? And then it sort of slows down again, and it's sort of this 5 minute long song, which again, for ClownCore, that's basically half an album, right? So it's this 5 minute long song, and it's just one of the best atmospheric experiences that one of the best ambient experiences that I've actually had. It sounded so good, because that's the thing about ClownCore. As much as they are shit posters, and they definitely are shit posters, they have this way of making, I guess, quote unquote noise, that especially synth sound that are very corrupted, actually sound very clean. They sound incredibly clean in their production. That's something that I find incredibly interesting, but it creates such a unique sound as a result, right? Because it's supposed to be noisy, and in a way it kind of is, but at the same time it's very tight production, so everything sort of fits, everything sort of is feels good to listen to, you know what I mean? And it's that track especially, I was so impressed with it, generally positively so impressed with it. It was something that came out of left field, because when you look at an album, you look that it's 8 minutes long, and then the first 2 songs are only a minute long, you're like, what the fuck's going on, right? And then a song being 5 minutes long, again, for ClownCore, that's a bit weird, but I was because I was expecting every song to be 2 minutes, 2 minutes and a half, just their typical shit. But no, these songs just there, and it's such an interesting experience. And then it's when you actually listen to it again, the first 2 songs being so fast, so high tempo, right, very fast strumming and whatnot. When it leads to this one, it feels like it's a different like chapter of a story, and it sort of, like it creates a completely different vibe that somehow it's like connected to the previous two. It's like the first two songs are there to sort of tell you what you're going to encounter, and then the third song is like the beginning, right? It's very good. And then the fourth song, it started a little bit iffy personally, because like I was really vibing with the song 3, and then the fourth song sort of just starts, and it's very like fast drumming right away, and I was like, oh shit, like it's kind of like you're jerked awake or whatever. So definitely not the most pleasant thing, right? But you know what I mean, like it was still fine. It was still fine. And yeah, I mean, I never expected ClownCore to actually have an absolute fucking killer album like this. I gotta be honest, like this was not even just from an entertainment factor, just from an actual like music. Like I remember when I made my other reviews of ClownCore, I did call them noise, but when I made my other reviews, I did say, okay, there's stroke of like really good parts of songs here, right? Songs that, or parts that sound like really nice, and parts that I would love to see explore further. And in here, I can't exactly say that they did explore it further, because but it is much more coherent, right? It is much tighter, it's so much better, and everything just sounds like it feels so much better. So it feels like they grabbed all of those good parts and just created an album out of it, which is very like good experience, honestly. Especially again, like if you haven't heard this, highly recommend. Like just especially again, like 3, I think 3 is incredibly good, right? And again, like you're not gonna know. I mean, you're gonna notice that it's ClownCore because of the signature synth style that they have, right? But man, that's not the typical ClownCore bullshit that you know them from, like the YouTube videos and everything. So incredibly impressed with that. So yeah, in terms of a vibe meter, I am feeling a honestly 9 out of 10. I don't know, I'm just feeling a 9 out of 10, so I'm gonna go with it. I think it's deserved, honestly, for how impressed I was with the album. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's album review, and I'll see you tomorrow with a new one.